October 2023 marks the 35th anniversary of Beetlejuice. Still on Rotten Tomatoes, it is scored at 86% by the critics and 82% by the audience. Does it hold up? Let's find out. I'm the ghost with the most, babe. Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. I am Angel,
I'm Adan.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. I told you that Beetlejuice will come out in the theaters in honor of the 35th anniversary. You didn't go see it, right?
They only had it for a day, and I had to work.
Same here. Saw it at home.
Yeah, which they have it on Max, so
Yeah.
it was
they have it on
doable.
Max. I had the DVD starring Michael Keaton,
hmm
who was phenomenal. Before doing Batman, it's their first time together, working together with Tim Burton and Michael Keaton.
Yeah, and he's done other roles before that, but this was, I want to say, one of the biggest. Like Michael Keaton, he was doing movies and stuff like that.
Of course.
Yeah, but I think arguably this is probably his breakout role. Like, do you remember a movie that he did before that was like really noticed?
Yeah, Mr. Mom.
That was before Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I didn't watch Mr. Mom.
I remember him. He did a movie called Night Shift with Henry Winkler.
I remember Johnny Dangerously.
Yes, with Joe Piscopo. Like I said, Night Shift with Henry Winkler and Shelley Long.
Mm-hmm.
He's done lots of work. He was a bona fide star by this. It was. But with the vision of Tim Burton, that's a little different. He did Clean and Sober, which was like, he got more into dramatic roles and stuff like that. But he done a lot of comedic roles. And here is a comedic role, even though I believe it's credited as it's credited as a fantasy comedy. Some may call it a horror because, it came out in Halloween month.
Or like a dark comedy.
Seeing this, never got scared. The looks, the scary guys, what have you, were very comical in my opinion. It's very
I could see where it could be scary because like rewatching it, I was like, oh, this was darker than I remember. Because granted, as a kid, the times I would see it were daytime TV when they had commercials. So most of the time it was censored.
I don't see anything that could have been censored here.
I mean, they'll have to cut for clips. It's not really much to really censor, but it was just like cut clips is what I mean.
Well, a lot of times on television, they'll edit stuff because of the commercial breaks, the advertising, and to make it fit in a 2-hour duration. Sometimes they do cut certain things out. But here, I don't see anything that was remotely
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. That's how I remember it.
With the credits, we have 3 writers: Michael McDowell, Larry Wilson, Lawrence Scarrett. For director, Tim Burton. Now you have also the cast. Again, Michael Keaton starting as Beetlejuice, Alec Baldwin as Adam, Gina Davis, Barbara, Annie McEnroe as Jane Butterfield. I guess I was like the neighbor. Maurice Page as Ernie. Hugo Stanger is Old Bill. Catherine O'Hara, Delia. She was amazing as always. Jeffrey Jones, he played Charles, the husband. Renona Ryder as Lydia. Glenn Shadix as Otho. He was awesome. The late Patrice Martinez, the receptionist. Do you remember her?
Wait, the receptionist? Oh, the one with the wrists.
Yes. Did you know that she was also in The Three Amigos?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I did notice the accent. I did not.
She was the love interest of Steve Martin, or the potential love interest of Steve Martin's character.
Wow, I never put the two together.
Yeah, no one did. It was very rare. But then she, unfortunately, passed away, I think, due to cancer. You also have here Dick Cavett made an appearance, which I forgot about.
Was he the flat guy?
Who?
The one with was Pancake.
No, Dick Cavett was there when they started dancing and the shrimp came alive.
Jump in the line. The other one.
He was a known television host. Tony Cox, the short black gentleman from Me, Myself, Irene.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what scene he would have been in.
In what?
In Me, Myself, and Irene.
No, it was in the beginning that
in Beetlejuice.
Jim Carrey's character wife left Jim Carrey.
No, I said it the other way around. Like, what I mean is in Beetlejuice, what scene was he in?
He was the preacher marrying Beetlejuice and...
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Lydia.
You would never have known.
Of course, he was in costume. And you also have here Robert Goulet. He was Maxie Dean. He was like the real estate guy, and Sylvia Sidney, and all star, all the other actors here anyway. But I'm gonna say it right now, rewatching this, there are some faux pas, some things don't make sense, but the characters and the writing for me worked perfectly.
It holds up.
Like
Absolutely. I'm
it,
going to say that now.
it holds up. There, I mean, CGI or computer graphics could have been a little better here and there, but as a whole,
Hmm.
you're correct. It
Hmm.
does hold up. It is a movie that's severely rewatchable, especially for Michael Keaton's performance.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays Beetlejuice, which I don't really understand how you pronounce Beetlejuice with the way it's spelled. It's more like Beetlegeist.
Well, I like Alex's character says it the right way the first time. He's like Beetlegeist. And just out of nowhere, Barb just goes Beetlejuice. And they just go with it.
Maybe there's some behind the scenes that people just kept reading it wrong and then they just made it because the title is with the spelling Beetlejuice, like you're drinking orange juice.
Hmm.
So I don't know how the spelling from there and then the
Pronunciation.
pronunciation in the original, because again, on his tombstone, on other things is written as Beetlegeist.
Maybe it's like one of those things that, like, like how people will say, like, oh, GIF is like a GIF or is a GIF. And they just say, like, oh, so Geist is juice. I'm just reaching.
I don't know. Like I said before, I loved every character here.
Mm-hmm.
Even the bartender that was talking, like was asked a question and he just goes off randomly talking about something as if someone's listening to him, but no one's listening to him.
Oh, you mean the barber?
What did I say? I said barber.
You said bartender.
Oh, sorry, barber.
I was like, what bar were they at?
Yeah.
I loved all the small characters, the hallways, the characters of the ghosts,
Mhm.
like the little intricacies that they did. The football players, they all
Yes.
have like little things to bring to the table. Even the was it Jane, the neighbor, the realtor.
Yeah, Jane.
I'm gonna talk about this right now because it's on my mind. Her, at first, I was like, I always wondered how the hell did the house go on sale if the owners went to deceased like so quickly, because they were like, oh, it's only been 2 months. Because I thought it was like years had gone by already, going back by memory. But when I rewatched it, they're like, oh, it's only been 2 months. And I'm like, that's a fast turnaround time for a house to go on sale. And then when I rewatched the movie, like, why is it the realtor is like pushing their neighbor, pushing so hard to sell this house if realtors don't have that kind of authority at all? And then after the funeral, she gives the key to the skeleton key. And then she goes, oh, they're family. Basically, she was a relative that was just pushing like, hey, this is our family house. You should sell it. But they never really said it. It was a small, quick line. I'm like,
right.
Hey, that just helps close the gap for me. And I love little moments like that when you can fill in things without having to do a whole big exposition. It's a small thing, but I actually like that.
Here's the thing. Here's one of the faux pas in my, there's a couple faux pas here, but even though this movie is enjoyable and is, again, like I said, severely rewatchable or highly rewatchable, that some things go by real quick.
Yeah.
Everything happens here fast.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no notification of time. It goes by real quick. It's like, you said, from the funeral to the selling of the house, that's fast. Then they disappear.
We're told about the absence of time, just like how the Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin are. They find out, we find out.
At the same token, but it happens so fast. They run it by real quick that you're like, oh, wait a minute, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
But, they're gone and they come back and the house is halfly remodeled. So it's very fast. And that's why I had a little problem here. It was like, wait a minute, everything happens like real quick. He turns human and then he's taken out. Pretty much like in 2 minutes, he's taken out easily.
Mm-hmm.
For a person, for an entity that's supposed to be the doom of all humanity.
Something like that, yeah.
He wants to get rid of the living.
Mm-hmm.
That was his goal. And if you look at it and you're paying attention, like, and it's covered by Michael Keaton's amazing performance, you just can't help but like the guy, even though
he's the devil incarnated,
if you will.
Oh, that reminds me. I used to laugh the fact that was a character at Universal Studios that would walk around. You get Beetlejuice, and then you got a guy just to impersonate the disgusting behavior that is Beetlejuice.
Oh, the spitting, the eating the roaches, the flies.
Right. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying though, but he is. I mean, they made cartoons
Which
out of this
the
guy.
character was totally different in the cartoon.
Of course, because it's after the fact that he's like he's nice. He becomes a hero somehow. I think they did a video game
They did.
and maybe a comic book out of this character. I'm not sure.
And I wouldn't be
But
surprised if there was a comic.
right, and the cartoon was like long. I mean, a good series. It was a good length.
They had a good amount of episodes. In the
Right.
cartoon, he was like best friends with Lydia.
Right.
And they didn't
And
have
it
the
was
a ghost couple.
right. They, I guess, for some reason, I don't know. But I'm saying for a character that is so evil
Mhm.
and is made for destruction, Michael Keaton's performance made him so likable.
Absolutely.
You know, that's scary because I mean, we've have that now in politics. We have people who are so polarizing and but you have people who love that because of that. You have other politicians who just straight up say lies and people love that but the facts that the politicians or people who could bring out the facts, they're like, no, get away, you liar. And but we had this guy here, pure evil, oh, he's so disgusting. But again, funny as hell. He reminds me like how I watched The Grinch,
Mhm.
That Stole Christmas, starring Jim Carrey.
He's like the Grinch minus the change of heart.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is like, you know, like the performance is done so well that I can watch it and I'll still laugh. I watch The Grinch every Christmas and I still get a kick out of it. I still laugh.
Mhm.
I watch this and I still get a kick out. I still laugh. And it's not just because of him. It's not just Michael Keaton's performance, but you have Catherine O'Hara's. You have the guy who played Ortho, and you know even the father.
And Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, like which
Eh,
they're like they're like the
okay.
straight characters, in the sense that they're very like they're very calming to the humor that everybody else is very outlandish.
Well, true. I mean, yeah, they're like the Abbott and Costello, right? They're the Abbott of everyone else Costello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I like Gina Davis's character,
Yes.
not so much of Alec Baldwin's character.
Yeah. She definitely was more entertaining.
Level-headed. Yeah.
And then like the first time she sees the sandworm, she actually punches it in the face, which I missed that part. Because I used to wonder, like, as a kid, because I missed that part, I used to wonder, how the heck did she capture the sandworm and ride that thing? And she just happens to be, don't cross Gina Davis because she'll rock you.
She's the Rey Skywalker of Beetlejuice.
There you go.
Just knowing without knowing. I mean, like, how did she know how to say that? I don't remember them knowing to say the name 3 times to dispel him. Or
no, that was in the advertisement, the little paper.
Home. Right, but no, but she said his name 3 times to put him away. And
I think the home was that accident because I feel like her character at times would say things in threes. Like when they first met and he's like trying to grope her, she goes, hey. She would just like do it in threes. Like, you know how some people are like that.
No, true. Do you have a favorite moment?
I forgot about the dog and the bridge. And I just thought that was wild and cute at the same time. Because like you see them all staring at the dog and the dog's just standing there on the plank. It's just chumps. It's like a dark moment for the fact that you know that they're going to die. Setting that aside, a really good moment for me was probably when they moved in and they're trying to scare him. Like she rips off her face and Otho just like shoves her aside. And he's like, right. And he like, look at this. And he's holding up their wedding dresses.
That was good. They were able to get like a prosthetic dummy to look just like her and have such that face. And then move like, oh yeah, that was really good. That was smart.
And then like when they go into the office and you see Alec Baldwin's decapitated head, and then all of a sudden the guy jumps out. He's like, no. And everybody screams, including, I want to say Gina Davis's character screamed too.
I don't think she was there.
No, she was the one. She was holding Alex's head with like the knife, and she's like,
"All right, yeah."
And then when he jumps, she's like, "Oh."
Is that all that you enjoyed?
Oh no! You just said like favorite moments. Like I enjoyed a lot of stuff in there, but like trying to avoid the end scene because the end scene was just like really like climax of a lot of good stuff in the end scene. Of course, there's the dining table.
Harry Belafonte song, right?
I want to call her the adjudicator. She's not the adjudicator. But you know who I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the? You talking about the lady that was visiting the dinner?
No,
Oh,
I'm talking about the one that's giving them counsel.
oh, the counselor,
The counselor.
the old lady, the one with the smoking with the smoke coming out of the throat. That was
Yes.
slit. You know what? My thought on that. I think that she was killed by her children, her son, somebody who hated her for smoking.
That was the thing.
No, because she's smoking, it's coming right out, and it's just a slit. So I'm just thinking, it's like because you think like some people they show like how the girl from Three Amigos, she slit her wrists,
Yeah,
right?
she's like, if I'd known then what I know now, she's like, I would have,
Right. But then but they don't go over the counselor like how she died.
I mean, it's evident.
Right. But like who did it? Like was she did it
True.
because she was smoking so much? Like, they're so tired of her smoking. Maybe the football team, their bus crashed.
That was funny. She's like, hey, Coach, I don't think we made it through the bus crash, Coach. Really?
Yeah. No, she was a great character. I liked her character. I mean, like I said, every character here was written well.
What was a favorite for you? Because there
Well,
was a lot of small things that made it favorite for me. I mean, the performances were the
right.
best for me.
Oh yes, I have to say that here too. I mean, everyone here was great. There was no really bad performance except for Alec Baldwin. I'll be honest with that. He was not that good in this. He's been phenomenal in so many other projects. Here, he was okay. Gina Davis was good in this. Michael Keaton, like I said, knocked that out of the park. Every character besides him were awesome.
He was overshadowed, yeah.
Like I said, even the barber talking by himself was great. It was just like you know someone like that.
Yeah.
Who just wants to talk and talk. We definitely know someone like that wants to talk and talk and talk, and we can just disappear and come back and they wouldn't skip a beat. Again, Michael Keaton, everything he did there was great. But when my favorite is when he's a cowboy advertising.
Oh, yeah.
It's a commercial, right? Even though he's a cowboy and doing a Western accent with the Beetlejuice accent, which was great as hell. And then also when the couple go to the miniature town and they meet him, that interaction when he's dressing like Adam, he's groping the wife and all that stuff. That whole scene was great because he's changing. He's like, "What's your credentials?" And he starts talking like he's from Harvard, and then goes right back into the Beetlejuice voice. I mean, that was hysterical. I loved it. Receptionist room of the dead was great as well. All those characters, the miniature head, the voodoo guy, they're all great. Yeah. What about faux pas or weak moments?
You mentioned Alec Baldwin not bringing his A game, although this was a young Alec at arguably his most fittest.
He has been working way before that movie, and he was established.
Yeah, the movie seemed to go by so quickly. It didn't feel too long. It felt almost rushed at times. But at the same time, and for me, that kind of felt refreshing after watching movie after movie after movie. That's just feels like it just stays.
This movie is just a little over 90 minutes.
Yeah.
With the credits.
And feels shorter than that.
Yeah, because the pace is so fast. After rewatching, I was like, Jesus Christ, like, how were they able to follow this?
Well, let's start with you. What was your faux pas? Because I'm drawing a blank right now.
Their death.
Oh, the scene that I complimented.
No, that was good. I saw that. It was good. Like, the dog that creates the crash.
Yeah.
Just leaves like, oh, I didn't do anything. It's like, what'd I do? But when they fell, the fall wasn't big. The water wasn't deep, but they drowned.
Yeah, the car flipped upside down.
Right. But the windows are open. They couldn't get out.
Yeah.
I'm saying, unless they weren't wearing seatbelts, and they fell on top of their heads and they broke their neck, which would have been then, if that's the case, they would have been walking around with their head all, neck to to the side. That's the only thing I was like, that death doesn't make sense to me. It didn't seem like a logical death. Now, granted, I never fallen off a bridge.
You never flipped your car.
I never flipped my car. I never fell off a bridge that was 12 stories, not 12 stories high, but 10 feet, or maybe 2 stories high, which is about 20 feet.
It was at least a car length, like a station wagon car length. So it was like about 2 stories.
But at the same token, I mean, I couldn't, when I saw that again, I couldn't believe that's how they died. I thought it was worse. I thought it was like a deep ravine that they couldn't get out of out of the seatbelt. But it's
True.
very similar to where did we see that before also?
Where someone died in their car in a
No,
small stream.
well, no, but a baby being dropped off a bridge into a ravine going down like Moses. Batman Returns, Penguin, directed by Tim
Oh,
Burton. He repeated that same
I was
kind
going
of.
down the mark of reviews that we've done. And I'm like,
Oh
I'm
no, 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 no. And the CGI, the computer graphics is dated. That's it. I mean,
yeah.
my faux pas is very limited here.
I mean, they
It's
use a lot of practical effects, and they
oh yeah,
used more often than not, they used claymation,
yes, yes. Well,
which
that's who he started with. He started with claymation.
yeah,
Tim Burton, that is.
the only parts that were CGI to me is like when they're trying to transition certain scenes and they're trying to use certain special effects.
Right.
But
No, but like
the film
today,
quality hold out.
if
Yeah.
they were able to say it's like the anniversary, right? It's the 35th anniversary.
It is.
That and Beetlejuice 2 is coming out. That's in the works, starring Michael Keaton again and Winona Ryder and the girl who played Wednesday. But if they're able to say redo the movie in a sense of re-edit, I will fix up the CGI that was messed up,
Just to touch it up.
touch it up, get rid of the ghost shadows.
Oh yeah.
Get rid of that because a lot of times they're walking, you see their shadows right there, or you hear them walk. Take that sound off.
Actually, no, you can leave the sound because there's cases like of hauntings where you hear footsteps and whatnot. So do that. That's fine. That's okay. Shadows I get.
If someone could like re-edit and take all that, granted, it's gonna be a lot of work, but if they could do that, it can make the film better in that aspect.
Okay.
That detail. But that's about it. I mean, the faux pas are very
Minor.
low for me. Yeah. The death scene, the rush of the film that it felt, and Alec Baldwin, excuse me.
All right. And then so overall, we're in the same consensus. Rewatchable, holds up.
Yes.
How about the rating?
To go back to Rotten Tomatoes, 86 with the critics, 82% with the audience. I will go even higher with in 90. I don't know if you met Melissa, my cousin on my father's side, the Alisea clan.
I don't think I did. If I did, I was too young.
You're way too young, yeah. Well, anyway, she loves Beetlejuice. She loves him. She'll go to I think she went to the play because there's a Broadway play. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
there's a Broadway
there
play.
is.
A musical. I think she's seen it like 5 times. I told her about the movie and she never saw on the big screen. So she went in the big screen and there's like they had a whole presentation with that. So
nice. Should probably watch
yeah.
like IMAX or something like that.
Well, it was in New York. So of course they're gonna go a little higher on that stuff. But she loves Beetlejuice.
I don't disagree with the rating that you're giving. I side with it. Could be higher because I feel like this is more seasonal, the movie.
But it doesn't have to be because I mean,
you can watch it whatever. It doesn't say it's set in Halloween, but it just
Correct.
feels appropriate for Halloween.
Correct.
I've had the same argument about Nightmare Before Christmas, and people are like, "Oh no, that's a Christmas movie. That's a Halloween movie." I'm like, technically, it's an everything movie because they do all the holidays.
Another Tim Burton movie. It's worth the watch. It's worth the own. Looking forward to when Beetlejuice 2 comes out because I want to see what Michael Keaton brings here. I want to see what else he can do to it. I don't see anyone else doing it. I mean, yes, I can see Robin Williams playing this.
Late and great.
And Jim Carrey. If they brought it in, you would have seen their version. And I bet you would have been equally as great.
Jim Carrey would have done a great job, but it would have been starkly different, I think.
Oh, yes. Same with Robin Williams.
Oh, before I forget, the thing that I just remember that I really liked was when he was giving us job credentials.
I just said that earlier.
I know, but I just want to reiterate.
No worries. Yeah. He starts with like he's from Harvard.
Yes.
And then, real nice and clean. And then he just gets back into his persona. And it's just it's fun. It is really good. The wedding scene too was great. I mean, everything. And when he's back and like sees the number while he's in the reception, he's like, fuck. Try to switch it with the voodoo guy. And no, everything he did was gold. Everything. Yeah. I just wish like there was more of him because even though his screen time was very limited in comparison to Rhinoda, Gina, and Alex.
Yeah.
Catherine O'Hara's. I mean, everyone was.
They had way
Robert
more
Streisand.
screen time.
Every time he just crushed it.
He stole the show.
All right, guys, that is our throwback review of Beetlejuice. If you saw it, let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. Also, if you have a movie or show you would like us to review, please either email us at talesoftvbros@gmail.com or leave a comment below. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
Adan,
Love you, bro.
love you too.